Hi, Noah here. What are we after in life? What do we want? Behind all of this, when we're, doing the career, when we're looking for the relationships or, working, whatever we're doing, why are we doing it? What are we looking for? Well, let me ask you a question. Did you ever lose your breath at one point? I need to breathe, I need air. Did you ever have that feeling? Let me tell you a story. Norway, 2016. I was living by the fjords and the mountains, and at this time I had a couple of friends coming in. Most of them were from Sweden, but also one guy from Israel, right? One day we decided to go for swimming. Everybody was just like, swimming is nice, let's go there to swim. Swimsuits on, we're there, right? And we have those long swimming tracks, and one guy goes, hey, we should do a competition. I said, hey, I'm a good swimmer, why not? Why shouldn't we? And everybody else liked it too. So we decide to do a swimming competition. The thing is, it's a swimming competition underwater, right? So my brother goes first, Speedo's on, he jumps in, right? He goes for 25 meters, brilliant. Next guy, Robert. He goes in, he goes 25, maybe 26, 27 meters, so he's in the lead now. Then Marcus, he usually swims maybe 2-3 times a week. So now we have a guy who swims, right? So he jumps in. He goes for 1:25.5. So we are working with maybe 40 meters, right? Now here comes the Israeli guy, Baywatch type. The muscles tight, he's very muscular. He goes up, hairy chest, and he jumps in. And just like Flipper, he's like a dolphin. He's just like, he's moving, and he's just moving so fast underwater. Everybody's just like, so he goes 1, he goes 2, 50 meters, he goes almost a half, and he comes out almost not out of breath. Everybody's finished, now it's my turn. I start to visualize. I'm like, I can beat those guys. I know this. I got lungs. I got stamina, all of those things. And I'm like, that Israeli guy, ooh, I'm gonna prove to him, like he's in Sweden now. This is what we're made of. And now it's time to jump in the water. Time to prove what I'm worth, right? So I jump in the water and I picture myself doing the dolphin just like he did. I'm like, ooh, but the thing is right now, in the middle of the dolphin thingy, I realized that I'm more like a handicapped seal. I'm like, I'm not getting anywhere. So I'm like, hey, I need to change my approach here. So I start taking those big strokes, right? And I go for 25 meters, and already then my brain is going, hey, bro, you need oxygen. I'm like, shut up, I'm winning this, right? So I go for 25, I go for the half. Now the alarm clocks are going off and they're like, hey, oxygen, Noah, brain to Noah, you need oxygen. I'm like, shut up, I'm winning this, I'm kicking butt. So I go 1, 2, and now I start feeling like needles in my arms. I'm taking big ass strokes and I'm like, what is happening? But I'm determined to beat those guys. I'm not losing. So I go for 1, 2, and now almost a half. And when I decide, like one more stroke, becomes black. And after a while, I hear something like this. What is your name? What is your name? What is your name? What's your phone number? Where are you from? And I'm like, my name is Noah. And I start coughing out water. What I was told later was that while swimming and almost getting up, I passed out and sank to the bottom. And all the guys were like, he's just playing, it's Noah, you know how he is, right? But Robert, one of my friends, he was like, I'm not so sure. So he swam over and punched me in the balls and no reaction. He was like, hey, you passed out. So he brought me to the side. My brother conducted CPR, and that's also the reason why I'm here today. So if Simeon, if you're watching this, I love you, man. The thing was, I had blacked out in the water because I didn't have oxygen. My point with this story is, sometimes in life we get so caught up, trying to beat others, try to perform. We have all these ideas, or this is how we're supposed to do it. I'm gonna be like that person. I'm gonna do this. The only reason why we do all those things is because we want oxygen. And oxygen, I don't mean H2O. I mean oxygen in reality is love. Love is the oxygen of our soul. And everything we do, no matter who you are or where you are, you do it because you just want to be loved. And some people are like, no, that is bull crap. Not everything is about love. Life is not that black and white. I'm not working or paying my bills to be loved. Well, a lot of us are stressed, right? Have you felt stressed lately? And I asked this guy, why are you so stressed? And he's like, but I just have this project at work. Yeah, so what if you mess up? Well, if I mess up, people will be angry. And what if they are? Well, then they might fire me. And if I'm fired, I'm a failure. And nobody loves a failure, right? So we're so afraid of failing because nobody loves a failure. And these are the two biggest fears that we have. Not being enough and not being loved. And that is why we try to perform our way, we try to hold our breath, trying to compete, try to do it better, and try to be the mom, try to be the dad, try to be all of those things, and we become so exhausted. So instead of looking for love in all those weird places, I'm here to offer you what I believe to be the answer. And that is unconditional love. And the only place we can go and get that is at Jesus. Jesus is the source of all love. It says in the Bible, if you don't love, you don't know God, because God is love. And some of you might be, how can we even know that God exists or that I am loved? Well, just put your hands on your heart. Feel it pounding. And as long as it beats, you're alive. And remember, you have done nothing to deserve your heart. It has been given to you. And so has everything else in your body. You are so loved. And here's the thing. The only reason why I say explore your potential and live to grow is because I want you to discover everything that you have been given on the inside. And the more you discover of that, you will realize how much you are loved. Personal development is great. But it's nothing worth if we don't realize that we're loved. Because it all starts with you knowing that you're loved. And if we don't realize that we are already loved by God, by the source of love himself, right? Then we will be going in and out of our relationships. We will travel the world looking for love. Try this and try that. And we will be so exhausted trying to perform our way to love, being loved. It's exhausting, and we will become out of breath, just like me in the basin, in the pool, right? Understanding that you're loved, then you will also know that you're valuable. And if you know that you're valuable, you also know that you have something to give, and that is the love that you have received. Because if everybody, no matter if they are presidents or farmers, they are also looking for love, and you got it. And here's the cool part. When you start giving, knowing that you have what everybody else are looking for, when you start giving that to others, you will see things happening. And you'll be like, wow, the love I have been given is the greatest power ever. You are loved. And all Jesus is saying to you is, come to me, rest in me. I know you're tired. I know you're weary. I know all of that. I know your every thought, but I'm your dad. And nothing can change that. Nothing that you have done or will do, or nothing can change that. I love you. And I just wanted to share that with you because I want you to have oxygen in your life. You get it and you give it. You get it and you give it. You don't need to get from people. It's fine to get love, but you get it here and you give it here. And you become a power plant of love. Imagine that. So it all starts with you knowing who you are. You're his son, you're his daughter, and he loves you. And I love you too. Explore your potential and live to grow.